Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and we're going to talk about art that has stakes. So I talk a lot about Dungeons and Dragons, and I think what I'm trying to say about Dungeons and Dragons overall is that Dungeons and Dragons is on the cutting edge of art, and I think that to understand this, to understand what's actually happening, you need to understand that art has stakes. And this is definitely not understood by people today. There's a lot of people who do not understand that art has stakes. So what do I mean by this? It is sensation building toward consequence, okay? And today what I want to talk about is the Arktist. Arktist. You'll see it right in the title. The Arktist, right? So let's talk about an Arktist. What is an Arktist? And it comes from this concept, this belief, right? That art has stakes. So I believe we are in truly a different period. I don't sign on to, we're all going through the Roman Empire's arc and soon America will be over. I think that we have fundamentally changed the world, and everything that's happening now is new and fresh and unique, right? And so what I mean by that is we are arriving at a point in time where art is more important than science. Art is more important than government. Art is more important than money, right? Art is the whole ball of wax, and it is the future of humanity, right? So one of the things, and it is really interesting because we really are living in a different world. So let's talk about art with stakes, right? So basically, I'm saying that, so first of all, let's talk about the stakes, right? Unfortunately, the best example is an example of bad rather than an example of good, but it is the Will Smith slap. So Will Smith slapped Chris Rock right in the face in front of the entire world. It was, in my humble opinion, it was 100% a crime, and he should have been, like, literally, law enforcement should have taken him right then and said, the entire world just watched you assault this person. And for anyone, right? Anyone who did this, you'd be arrested immediately, unless you're a AAA celebrity, right? And at that point, it was saying art has stakes. Art frees certain people from law, right? And it proved to the whole world. If you this was debated before the Will Smith slap, but now it's no longer debated. Yeah, if you're a AAA star, right, the law does not apply to you. We all know that now. That discussion's over, right? Yes, 100%. Let's not pretend, right? If you're a AAA star, the law doesn't apply to you, right? Donald Trump said it. He said I could shoot somebody on the main street of New York, and it wouldn't change a thing. Looks like he was right. Looks like the law does not apply to him, right? And so from the bad perspective, there's no question art has stakes, right? It gives you power that literally cannot be bought with money, right? What I'm saying is the inverse is true as well. With art, we can fundamentally change lives. And this is becoming important because we're finding quickly that with science, that's no longer true, right? For many, many years, science and technology could transformatively change lives, right? But now we're hitting the limits of those, where the Great Pandemic proved science is not going to free us even from a mask, right? It has limits, right? Whereas the power of art does not have limits because it is highly compelling to humans in mass, right? Whereas science is no longer compelling to humans in mass. And technology is no longer compelling to humans in mass because we've reached the limit. What is tech doing for us right now? Oh, you want another way to DoorDash? You want to get your tacos faster? We can handle that. Where's my jetpack? Can I go to the moon on an Uber? No. So science has just quit, right? Or technology has just quit? Yeah, they have, right? But with art, anything is possible, right? And we could truly transform and make massive changes. We could change the lives of people. And if you are not paying attention, that's exactly what's happening, right? We talk about stands, right? And people are like, this is my thing, right? And that brings joy to people, and that brings meaning and purpose to people. And they are willing to do anything to establish meaning and purpose and continue to gain meaning and purpose from art, right? And I think the cutting edge of this is Dungeons and Dragons, right? And unfortunately, Dungeons and Dragons is not it doesn't have mainstream appeal, right? It does appeal to a broad audience, right? But that audience is all the intelligent, charismatic, confident people of the world, right? So basically, an artist, an Arktist, an artist is someone who goes about art not for money, something who goes about art not for fun. And there are artists who pursue art for money and pursue art for fun, for the lols, right? But an artist is saying, hey, I'm going to create this piece of art because I want to change, I want to transform lives, I want to make people better than what they are now through art. I want to inspire them. Dungeons & Dragons literally talks about this. Inspiration, right? Inspiration to take you through the combat in your life. Inspiration to take you through the interactions in your life. Inspiration to take you to the explorations in your life. To be the kind of person who is a citizen explorer and spends $250,000 to go see the Titanic firsthand. That's a citizen explorer. That's this person who was inspired, right? And was willing to pay the iron price to explore every inch of this earth, right? Artists, right? So artists are artists who are, and I say ARK, the K is for stakes, right? There's something at stake. It's sensation moving to consequence. Someone who believes that art can change the world more powerfully than science, more powerfully than technology, more powerfully than philosophy, more powerfully than medicine, more powerfully than pharma, that art is the most powerful form on the earth, and it can fundamentally change lives, right? And I am convinced that this is the future of humanity. This is where the real changes will happen, right? So it's artist with a K in the middle for stakes. It's people who are building art with the idea, just saying flat out, I am going to build something, and this is going to have stakes. Yeah. Every single word of that is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing. Have a wonderful millennium.